listen to all the articulate members of this committee now. Now you have to listen to me. I shan't be as articulate as my friends here who have got their speech all typed out so that they can just read it. That's a good way to do it. We are members of the National Park Committee, and as such we are charged with looking after this landscape and looking after this national park. I've lived in this national park all my life and I'm very proud of it. I think the North York Moors National Park is the best national park in England, and it's the most unique national park. We have the most unique landscape. That was in our report here. It was said in 1947 that it was unique and that it was very, very special. I don't think there's well, I'll say this, I think if is the biggest word in this report, because if there was a proven need for polyhalite, I think it would put a different perspective on things. If there was a market for polyhalite, I think it would put a different perspective on things, but there isn't. So I don't really see how this can possibly pass the major development test. Can't quite read my writing. When I saw this thing in front of me, I thought that was quite funny, because when I left this morning, my husband said, there'll be a spoil heap as big as Ben Nevis come out of that. And then I looked at that and I thought, that looks like Ben Nevis. I wonder if we put that there to show us what the spoil heap's going to be like. Anyway, that's just by the by. They talk about a 5-year construction period. I don't think any large engineering project has ever come in on time, not to my knowledge, in the last 60 years. So we're talking about 6 or 7 years. I think that will devastate Whitby. There won't be any tourists left there. There won't be any people wanting to come there. And I can't see how they'll get there anyway because of the traffic on the A171. And the wagons and the general noise and nuisance of the wagons and trying to get past them and everything else. We've been told that the employment's needed in the area, in the coastal area, and it is. I know that it is, and I know that there's deprivation in the northeast and in the Scarborough area. But there's very low unemployment in the national park, very low. And this is a national park, and this is a national park committee. We're not Scarborough Borough Council, we're not county council, we're national park. And our first duty is to protect the stunning landscape that we have here. And I think that will become more and more and more important as time goes on. Because it's a crazy world out there, a really crazy world out there. And people are going to need somewhere where they know that they can go, where there isn't a lot of noise and a lot of light pollution and a lot of hassle and a lot of wagons. People are going to need that space where they can go and sit down and look at the moor and listen to birds. That's important to people. That's as important to people's well-being as money and jobs and everything else. The tourism in this area is growing now, and there's a real good feel-good factor with tourism. The Tour de France brought that for us, and the Tour de Yorkshire. And it's ongoing, and there's more and more every day. You see more and more bikes on the roads and making use of this national park. We have the second best walk in the world, according to Country Walking magazine. Second best walk in the world, coast to coast. That'll go right past a mine. I doubt if it'll be second best walk in the world for much longer if this goes through. I'll just confer to my notes again. We saw those red balloons up there on that screen. I just wondered if that was quite a true representation of what it'll look like if it's a massive building, not a red balloon. At that height, massive. It'll look massive. As for the jobs that this mine's supposed to bring to the area, I think there's a bit of an anomaly there. Because local people don't have the mining skills, and local people, generally speaking, I would not think want to work down a mine. I'm sure some do. I'm not saying they all don't. But we're talking about mining skills. So where are they going to come from? Bowlby. They'll be poached from Bowlby. I've no doubt about it that they'll take workers from Bowlby mine. And also, if they manage to create a market for this polyhalite, there's my word again, if they manage to create a market for the polyhalite, they'll take it from Bowlby, where there's already polyhalite. We already have a mine in this national park mining polyhalite. If that happens, chances are that Bowlby will close down. How many extra jobs do we have then? We've created a new mine, we've closed an old mine. Old mine, 1,000 jobs. New mine, 1,000 jobs. How many extra jobs will we have then? Not a lot. I've got more notes here, but I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this. I've made my notes up as I've gone along. I didn't make a speech before I came. I think you know what I'm trying to say anyway. This will have harm on the national parks. It will create a precedent for this national park and other national parks. Natural England have spoken strongly against it, and I really can't see that something as big as this ought to be passed within our national park. I really think our landscape and our tranquility and our night skies and our moors, the whole area, the national park, is more important. I'll leave it to that.